Welcome to Left Back in the Changing Room.
Way.
Well, hey, hello listeners. Thank you for tuning in again. Game week 26. I'm joined by a star-studded panel. We have had some returnees.
The boys are back.
Boys are back.
Look who's back. Look who's back. Look who's back. Nice to be back, guys. Sorry I missed last week.
Ricky Pellegrini, how was the Macy's Day Parade?
Oh, it was good. It was good. Yeah, it went up for flying colours, and yeah, I've been fired now. But
always got a job here, mate, on the poddy. And Sean, the John McGinn fanboy, is back from the white shores of Colorado, from the slope. How was it, mate?
All limbs intact.
yeah, how was it, mate?
We thought you'd have a boot on.
Was you checking your FPL score as you were going down the mountain?
I didn't need to, mate. I knew it was an absolute shocker.
He's given it up. And NVD, of course, the one and only. How are you, mate?
Oh, mate, terrible, mate, terrible. Leaving Snodgrass on the bench. It's going to haunt me for the rest of my FPL days.
It's a big mistake, mate. Some people have done worse, but at least you still got him. And obviously myself, Jimmy Ferguson, your host. No Captain Russ this week.
Captain Russ.
Or Patrick Vieira. They're still at the park.
They're refereeing the Super Bowl.
Raheem just keeps playing up, doesn't he?
Did anyone see Raheem today, in all fairness? Like, running around that pitch. He had a little donor.
It's not just the arm, though, right? I was watching it. He also sticks his arse up.
He really did. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what Patrick was doing to him last night, but his ass was really out. Like it would really hurt him or something.
He must have go cruising around.
Should have got sent off, shouldn't he? He's probably trying to lash out, It was
probably Patrick's big back Bob.
Must have been something that Patrick had been storing the mince pies up there. But you're right, he should have been sent off 100%. 100% should have been sent off. We saw Aubameyang get sent off 3 weeks ago for exactly the same offence. It was a horrendous tackle.
Yeah, over the top. His fellow English colleague, Dele Alli, as well.
How he got away with that, I do not know. Anyway, listeners, we all think that was the wrong decision. I'm sure 95% of people do, except for the 5% of Man City fans and Patrick Vieira. But we have had a bit of a frustrating week, I think, in part, except for some of us around this table.
Some of us
who were smiling.
Mo Salah.
It's been the most frustrating one for myself. The league quickly, things have moved quite intense. Yeah, lots of movement in the New York City Brit Street Boys. It's becoming tight again, guys.
My fingernails are truly dug in at the top here. I'm holding on for my life.
What's happened? You were 50 points ahead about 2 weeks ago, and you're now 5 points ahead of Ricky Pellegrini.
Poor choices, poor captain decisions have really cost me. 29 points this week. What is that?
Oh, 29.
That's your lowest in the whole season, isn't it? Is that your lowest?
It's even worse than me, mate. I think that's the lowest in the whole league, is it?
Yeah, me and...
joint with Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
It's out of character.
It's nice to share the honour with Patrick Vieira, though. That's always a good place to be. So look at the positives.
Ricky Pellegrini, you've had a blinder.
I needed it. To be honest, after last week, triple captain in Mane. For the last 3 years, I wanted to say this last week. The last 3 years, I've messed up my triple captain every single year. I think I did Kane. I think I was one of those to do Sané.
You did the Arnes
as well. I did the Arnes, and I did Mane.
Mate.
And I was absolutely horrendous. So yeah, I'm just glad.
You didn't do Jim Beldane. You'll be fine from last week's show.
Shout out to Beldane.
Shout out to Jim.
Glad that I got Salah in for Mane because obviously Mane was injured. So I'm just glad that paid off and doubled down on him with the captain.
How do we know his name's actually Kane? Maybe it's Canny.
It must be Kane.
Candy
Carney. That's what his mum calls him.
Yeah, oh well.
Anyhow, I digress. So there we go then. So what has happened then? Ricky Pellegrini, he hit a 64 this week. He's working his way back into the top 100,000. As you remember, top 1,000 in the US last year, Ricky.
I was.
You are 5 points behind Sean the John McGinn fanboy. Captain Russ. Captain Russ is in third. Yep, top four is really close. Captain Russ is now only 24 points behind Sean the John McGinn fanboy.
Good week for him. 62 points.
62. Yeah. He played his Wildie, lads.
He played
wild card too.
Second wild card done.
Second wild card gone. That's a big move there, I think.
He's done his triple captain last week.
I think he's done it too early, if you ask me.
Yeah.
What I've been reading, and I mentioned it last week, is if you play your wild card at a certain point, you can then apply the bench boost when you'll have every single player playing 2 game weeks.
Yeah.
If that makes sense to everyone.
Yeah, because game week 29 will be blank for Man City. And also
for a lot of
Villa,
teams,
as they will both be in the cup, and then they'll be getting a double game week.
That's when you get the old Wildie in. So NVD, Neil Van Dijk, you hit a 56. Could have been so much more for you.
Remind me, mate. Don't remind me.
Had Snoddy sitting on the bench.
I mean, why I left
on the
him
bench with his 2 goals and an assist.
18 points.
18 points. I mean, why I thought Cantwell would have done something. To be honest,
I know. I couldn't believe it, mate. Against Brighton. When I saw he wasn't in your team, I actually thought, oh well, at least Neil transferred him as well. When I then saw him on your subs bench, I couldn't believe it.
I thought I transferred him as well, to be honest. And, I took a 4-point hit because I thought, you know what? Martial with a bit of new service from Fernandes, he'll do the business. But clearly, like I said before, never trust in a Man United player. And Aubameyang, I thought,
Yes.
I thought that was a good shout.
3 games on holiday. I thought
that out last week.
I thought he'd come back.
Really happen.
I thought
he was one of the risers, and he was kind of one of the top captain picks across FPL, and clearly he's frustrated a lot of FPL managers. But
this is what happens when you go against a Scot. When you go against a Scot, it'll bite you in the ass.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so, but Neil, not all bad. You are only 28 points off of the top spot now.
All to play for. Very close.
Coming in at the right time of the season. The top 4
Champions League spots.
Exactly.
We then got Sausage Burner in 5th position. Listeners, you'll remember I said last week I was up to 5th position. It was short-lived because Liverpool beat West Ham 2-0.
Did you get a bite of pork pie up there?
I had a little bite, I had a taste. Put some in my pocket just in case I still have to make. So I've got some this week.
Naughty.
Might have stolen the Spice Girls album as well, but you'll never know. I have had a shocker, lads. I'm down in 7th
45
position.
45 points, so it could be worse.
Not too bad, mate.
It could have been
just a poor captain choice.
It could have been so much better. I told people live on air last week I had made my transfer live on air, and as soon as I did it I kind of regretted it and was quite concerned. I did remove Snodgrass and I put in Fleck from Sheffield United. He got me a yellow card. What I had meant to do was remove Maddison so I could then remove Mane and get Salah. And I knew the whole week, I was looking at the whole week after that thinking, I really need to get Salah. And I was going to take an 8-point deficit by doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, hang on, don't take an 8-point. It's not guaranteed.
That's a big chunk, isn't it? Yeah.
But then as I said to you guys yesterday, I messaged you, I could just see Salah. He's just like goal hanging for 20 minutes and he was really annoying me. I was
playing like for the striker pretty much, wasn't he? Up with Firmino.
He's in form. He's in form. You need to get him in. And so many people got him in this week. So many people captained him.
Yeah.
He was the most captained. It was obvious. It really was.
At home, Liverpool at home, and because Mane is doubled down because Mane is out of the team, so the limelight.
There's a lot of focus on him and Firmino. So
Firmino's doing well as well. He's another one that not many people have really drafted.
I mean, you had him in your team. You got him in your team.
I was really frustrated. He got 3 assists and no bonus points.
That's
terrible. Are you kidding me? Come on,
that is pretty harsh.
That's not acceptable.
Who did pick up the bonus points in there? Salah, Henderson, and Alisson.
Alisson,
I
think Alisson made a few good saves, didn't he?
Yeah, Firmino was right behind him on the rankings as well, followed by Robertson, but no cigar.
So Danny Ings didn't score either, did he?
I was just thinking about that. Like, what's going on with Danny Ings?
Like, the last 2 weeks, Southampton have done well. They scored 2 goals and 3 goals last week, right?
Yeah.
And none of them were Danny Ings.
It's weird. It's weird as soon as I got him in. I know he didn't start one of the games, right? So he came off the bench, maybe having a bit of a rest.
I don't think he's been drinking his Red Bulls.
Yeah,
and the wings have just dropped off.
Maybe it's time to kind of get rid.
I mean, to be fair,
he needs some vodka Red Bull. That's what
he does. But his next few games actually look pretty tasty. He's got Burnley at home, Aston Villa at home, and then West Ham away. So those you think he's going to score at least a couple of goals.
Good shout.
Yeah. So I'm hoping
all teams fighting there as well. So. It'll be interesting.
Burnley are doing well though. Burnley keep getting clean sheets.
Started to shut up at the back, haven't they?
Yeah.
Good point on Ings as well because he's still only 7 million. I say only. He's actually getting a lot.
That's a lot.
It's quite pricey now.
5.6.
He did. He started 6 million. 6 million. He's up to 7.
Yeah,
whole million increase. I mean, I couldn't even get rid of Deulofeu and get him in. It's a sad set of affairs. So I have just played my hindsight chip there and said it was obvious to get Salah in, and I clearly didn't. But there we go. I do think with hindsight I would have done that. Below me, you've got Maddie Lawless, and then propping up the Premier League. The NYC, Brit Street Boys. The Norwich of the table is Patrick Vieira. Obviously, still so bitterly disappointed he didn't get that job at Arsenal when Arteta is in in the hot seat.
It's hit him hard.
It has hit him hard. So the only silver lining for me is I'm now within 100 points of top spot. I'll take that.
All to play for.
You've got your triple captain. Chip. Still got your triple captain.
All my chips, mate. All my chips.
Get some fish in there and then
be a photo finish.
Just need some more of those hindsight chips and I'll be back.
And you'll win it next season.
Yeah, I'm in for 2021. Okay, lads. So really, that's the status. That's where we're all at. Sean the John McGinn fanboy. One Klopp, one flop for the week. What do you think?
The Klopp for the week has to be. If you listened to the show last week, you looked at the title. More Salah was the title of the show, and wow, bang on bang, he proved his worth, didn't he? This week,
yeah, really, absolutely.
He did what everyone expected and hoped he would do, and filled in for Manny. As you said, he was always looking hungry for goals, and he was right up there. So I think well done if you got him in your team. Unlike myself and you, Jimmy, who went for the Kevin De Bruyne transfer as well. Well, you already had De Bruyne.
Captain. Yeah. And did you bring him in?
Yeah, I brought him in for Manny. De Bruyne. No. And then I captained him. And that was a terrible move, and that's going to be my demise.
I have to admit, though, what went behind my decision to captain De Bruyne was the fact that last time they played Spurs earlier this season, he scored a goal and he set one up. And I remember the way he was whipping the balls in. I think he actually got 2 assists, so he was whipping them in and Spurs couldn't handle him. And I thought,
And Tottenham's defence has been shocking this season, you know. So they've been leaking goals left, right and centre. They've really found it hard to keep a clean sheet. To keep a clean sheet against Man City, I know they went down, you know.
If that penalty had went in, it might have been a different game, and then De Bruyne might have got some chances.
Yeah, why was Gundogan, like you said earlier, why was Gundogan taking a penalty? Why wasn't Aguero like...
The only thing I can think that he didn't take it is he missed one previously.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he did.
Guardiola had been kind of, he'd been musing how he'd chosen his penalty taken out.
Weird though, isn't it?
Clearly he's going to regret that decision as well.
Yeah.
And then what happened in the aftermath of the penalty? Should it have been another penalty?
I think it should have been, personally.
I personally don't think, because I think he was already going on his way down. He weren't going to... He had the touch, and he weren't...
The touch was heavy. The touch was heavy. He kicked it out.
That's why I don't think...
But it was a foul.
And do you think
he did touch him?
He did take his leg.
Would have taken the second one? I know it's a bit shoulda, woulda, coulda here.
But
you think he would have?
Absolutely. Why he didn't take the first, and I can't understand. But anyway, Spurs really rode the luck in that game. Man City had a lot of chances.
It turned the game, like Sean was saying, it completely
stupid red card.
And the stupid red card as well. Like Zinchenko, what was it? What was the first red card? It was just having a bit of a push and a shove.
And the second one, Spurs were breaking through in goal, so he thought he would do the professional foul and bring him down. But, when you're already on a yellow card, you need to be more careful.
Yeah.
It's Mike Dean. He loves being in the spotlight, doesn't he? He loves sending players off. Like every game, I feel like every game he wants to send someone off. But
he wants to get in the papers, mate. Page 3, Dino.
He wants to be on that podcast.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, though, like the penalty miss, you score that penalty, it changes the game completely. Yeah. Then there's the red card. But from there, it did feel like it had swung in Tottenham's favour. But you still got to go ahead and you've still got to score. And what a goal from Steven Bernie Warney. Who can say his name?
I don't know, but the
Bergwijn. We'll go with that.
The guy on Sky Sports called him Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Was that his name?
Really? A wonder goal. I guess it was a wonder goal. It was a great goal.
That was
chest down,
amazing volley.
He didn't have much time to adjust his body to get over it.
And when you actually watch it in slow motion, it showed you how good it was because the ball didn't even drop on the floor. It was literally just swiveled in.
It's a volleys, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like watching you, Ricky.
Patrick was quick to say though he would never have him in his fantasy team. The boy's only got 8 points all season.
Superb. Okay, so congratulations to Tottenham having won that game. Man City are basically out of the title race. NVD, Liverpool have won the league, I would say.
Well, only when it's statistically ours.
6 games.
One of those.
Will I celebrate? And by all means, I'll be sure to.
Been burnt by the Stevie G slip.
I actually don't know what Salah will be celebrating more this weekend. The fact he got the 3 points and he did a good performance, or the fact he's picked up the prestigious left back in the changing room Klopp of the Week award.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he will.
And he's top
player.
He will be there. Yeah,
so he's the Klopp.
Top scoring player.
Top scoring player FPL. Who saw that coming? Really?
158 points. something like that.
165.
165.
I can't believe, because he was sort of never really hardly in the top 10 for a lot of the season. He had those
couple of games where he was just...
Do you reckon it was the injury? What do you think, MVD? You know, what was holding him back earlier in the season? Now, you know, he's come back into form.
Well, I mean, I think it was probably just with a lot of players as well, you've got to think about the amount of games that they played, right?
Yeah.
And I think, he just kind of hit just a bit of fatigue. And I think, there was that little bit in the season as well where you got him and Mane just weren't gelling, right?
Yeah.
There was that little kind of